Okay.
Hey everybody, welcome to the sort of inaugural stream with Choose to by SuZenn. They're not counting the little tester stream from yesterday. I'm SuZenn, and we have with us Brian, who is an integral part of this channel and has his channel, Milky Way Weekly, and then Anja Teich, who also has her channel, Anja Teich. Welcome, Anja.
Hello, everybody.
How are you
Thank
today?
you for having me.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you. Brian, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you today?
Doing all right. Thank you so much. So we have been talking about this topic amongst ourselves for a few weeks about protection, and just over the last week, I think it's become really kind of important that we talk about this, because I'm seeing a lot of people get affected by other people's energy and then darker attack energies. So that's what we are here to kind of talk about today. And I'll be interested to see, I'm going to try to keep the chat up so I can see how people, what people have to say. If you have any questions, put in the chat, or if you have any input, you're welcome to put in the chat. Let me pop it out really quick. Okay, so I'm going to start with really kind of the basics, because a lot of us in the community are empaths. So we are much more sensitive to other people's energy than maybe the general populace. And we have the tendency as empaths to take it in, and we feel it. And sometimes we take it on as our own, or sometimes we take it on, we realize it's not our own, but we try to process it for other people. So it's really important to learn how to protect your bubble, as it's called. And for me, I have a little bit of a different view of the bubble, and I'll get you guys' opinion on this, but I see it as, you have your energy field, your auric field. So when I'm working with my bubble, I feel into my energy field and feel out till I feel like I'm at the edges of my energy field. And then I don't necessarily put up a bubble so much as I just reinforce that space with a light, like a white light or a silver light, titanium. I like to think titanium. Sometimes it's gold. It depends on what energy comes in for me that I feel like I need to put up. And this is just my general protection bubble. So what do you guys do? Brian, do you do something similar?
Yeah, I kind of, like you said, so to say, it's more of like my aura, my auric field. And the way I envision it, it is a bubble to me. And I always, like you said, it's sort of either titanium, but here lately I've been into sort of putting mirrors on the outside so it bounces back, because I've had a lot of energies coming in.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea, especially when you get onto YouTube or get into a big public space. It is important, because that's where people are always directing their energy at you. What about you, Anja?
Well, first, I think it's like important to source if it's really an attack or if it's just yourself, right?
Keeping it simple, just your bubble.
Just a bubble.
Just the bubble. Just about the bubble.
Simply. Yeah, that will work good. So, I call it the protection egg. So
okay.
It's like, I put like a bubble egg around my aura, and I fill it really with light. So, which also has like then a healing aspect, right? If you fill it with light, so it heals also the energy that got hurt or taken or whatever. And I make sure that I don't block out everything, that good can come through, that it just the negative will get filtered.
Got you. Okay. And that sounds like we all, do a sort of similar thing. And I think it's important to remember with bubbles, because what happens, you put the bubble up, and I'm always like, and the bubble's there forever. And I also will call in and ask for help sometimes from my angels, or, and you can do for whatever you feel you have around you, your spirit guides, your angels, your higher self, whatever aspect you work with most. But it's important to remember that to me, it's a form of magic. And so there's will and intention behind the bubble, and it needs attention, like daily attention, or, you've got to be aware when you're tired when you're sick, when you're triggered, or when you're feeling sympathy for someone, you're wanting to help someone, your bubble automatically will drop and fall out, and you'll start taking on other people's energy. And that's why it can get a little frustrating, because you work on the bubble and you think, okay, I'm protected. Why does this stuff get in? So it's frustrating, because you've got to, there is will and intention behind this, and you've got to kind of keep that in mind when you're doing it. It's important. And you've also got to be in the right energetic space, the right frame of mind. So, I think that's important. Do you guys have anything to add before I go on to the next?
I think that's why it's important to maybe meditate before you do try to do any energy,
Right.
to get in that right frame of mind.
That's good. Yeah, you're right. So the other thing to keep in mind, what I'm seeing is, okay, so we put up our bubbles. That's just the basic. Also, Brian, you mentioned earlier, just talking about the auric field. It's important to just try to clean your auric field, even before you put up the bubble. Just envision. It's all about envisioning, really. It's about will and intention, and just clean out your auric field, because we do take in other people's energy. And I had an experience the other day. This happens all the time, where I've had one panic attack in my life. Well, maybe two, but one that I remember vividly. Panic attacks just really aren't my thing. But I remember this one. I was at the grocery store and I just got overwhelmed, and it was debilitating. Like, I couldn't even think. And I had ice cream in my cart. And it's like, thank God I had the ice cream in my cart, because I was focusing on the ice cream that I just like, I got to get the ice cream home and into the fridge. And that was how I was able to navigate and not have a breakdown with that panic attack. But I don't have them. And the other day I was working. I was just sitting at my desk working. So when you're working, your bubble can be down, you're letting in other energy. And I started feeling this panic attack come on out of nowhere. And it did debilitate me, kind of to the point where I kind of had to stop working. I'm like, I just got to go lay down. And it knocked me down so much. And then I was talking to someone else later, and they had the same experience at about the same time. And I realized, oh my God, it wasn't mine. And that's the point of this little rant, that sometimes, you start feeling something, you're in a good mood, and then all of a sudden, boom, you start feeling like crap. And usually I will click in immediately and go, oh, this isn't mine. But I didn't with this panic attack, so it may have been something different. But afterwards, I realized, okay, it isn't mine. And the point is, once I realize something's not mine, I go through this very simple process of saying, I now release all that is not mine. And usually it will lighten me up right away. Everything, all the energy, and you can use whatever phrasing you want. Usually that energy will lighten up, or my energy will lighten up, and all that stuff will just lift off of me. So that's a really important thing to be aware of, is when something isn't yours, you know that your bubble is down and you're taking on other people's energy, but it's pretty easy typically to process that stuff out just by will and intention again, and cleaning your auric field and shifting that stuff out. So do you have any experience with that stuff, Anja?
Well, yeah, I mean, there are times like when I feel tired, like last night, for example, I felt like I was getting a cold, but I knew for sure I wasn't getting a cold. So I knew I was just drained, but that's my own fault, right? So, I had that too one day when I was all good all day, and I was sitting on, do you guys see me okay, or is my video slow?
No, I can see your video is lagging a little. It's okay.
But you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was good all day, and all of a sudden I was sitting on my couch, and all of a sudden I started crying about every TV commercial, right? And I was like, okay, it's that time of the month, great, right? So, but it wasn't. And then I was getting really, really depressed, and it got worse and worse and worse. And to a point where I was like, I really don't deserve to live. And I don't have suicidal thoughts ever, like never, ever. Like, it wouldn't even cross my mind. And it came to a point where I was like, okay, this is not right. This is so not yours. But I couldn't trace it, which I found weird. So I asked my friend, he's a shaman. I asked him for help. I'm like, I can't trace it. Something is not right. So, but we found out that I was actually attacked, which is maybe for a little later on, but that was an attack literally, right?
Right.
I find that weird that I kind of had I felt the same way yesterday. So that makes me wonder.
Well, we will get to that.
Yeah, we'll get
because
to that.
You're on to something with that, because that does go on. There's coordinated.
But also for cleaning, except the protection egg, you can use water, for example. I always have a bowl of water on my table with salt, with sea salt in it, that absorbs negative energies. Or you can even put that glass in front of you and visualize all the negativity into the water, and then you pour it out. And the same is for taking a sea salt bath or for a shower. It's just important that you really visualize it from the inside out, right? That you give it to the water and just rinse it out. So, and there's so many, or spirit guides, animals, like spirit animals, you can always use them for protection in case you're tired or weak, as you said, and then of course your shield comes down a bit. Mm-hmm. And your own shield will just take more of your energy. It's a fact. And that's why I like to let them do the work, to be honest.
Right.
You know, your spirit animals, your spirit guides, whatever you use, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's to me, like the cheating, that was one thing. And you brought it up, using the elements and setting these things up. So like, for example, these, I have on, this is obsidian and tourmaline, and these absorb and repel, negativity from others. And this is labradorite, and this repels psychic attacks and negativity. So keeping those things around, I think shungite, obsidian, tourmaline, shungite, labradorite, kyanite, which is a blue stone. You can look into the stones, but just having them there around you. And I think, well, Brian, you have that beautiful piece of amethyst back there. That's another one that activates the psychic energies, but it also provides protection. So
that's good.
Using the elements is important. And using
very important
fire, candles, candle magic, and water, like you talked about. You can keep those on hand as, like, to me, is just automatic protection. Then you don't have to worry about, like, IOX is like, oh man, I have to smudge my house and now clean my aura. It's like,
yeah, or even if you put up another barrier, right? If it's getting too much and you put up a barrier, you can visualize anything, but do not tell people what you use as a barrier ever. So like, if you can visualize a wall, just visualize a wall and then put the thoughts in it that it will adjust to the attacks from outside, so that it will not just bounce off, that it will just like giving and then, right? Just visualize, play with it. You can do that.
Yeah. And I think to me, it's like this 3-step, really, or more, maybe, it's the process when you're really doing the protection is first to release anything that's not yours, and then fill the space. I do it with light. You fill the space with everything that you've cleared out with light, white light or gold light, or whatever light you feel like. You fill the space for everything that's gone, so that stuff doesn't come back in. And then you build your protective field. You can do more than one layer, however many layers that you want. I mean, that's that is this, to me, like, to break it down, people like to have steps, the 3-step process. And then I love, Anja, that you talked about, bringing in the spirit animals. Brian, you have a really cool spirit animal, do you not?
Seems to be the lion's the only thing I can gather, because it comes up everywhere.
Does it get any more awesome than a lion?
No, I mean, I'm not complaining, trust me.
No, it does not.
Oh, I wanted to mention another thing to protect. I just saw my scratchy note. The transforming of that energy, that's another step, but I would recommend that you really start with bubbles.
Oh, I'm glad that you said that, because actually I wanted to say something about that too, because sometimes when you're connected with someone on a, you're in a relationship with someone, as a family member, or your relationship, your primary relationship, your coworkers, you're going to take in their energy, bubble or no bubble, because you have that sort of open channel already, and you can just funnel that stuff right through. You can set the intention, it comes in the front, you just leave the back door open and it goes right out the back door. That, or I also envision a water wheel where it comes in and I just turn it around and send it right back out. I saw the Kung Fu Panda, I don't know. Kung Fu Panda. The second movie of Kung Fu Panda, where the bird is firing the cannon at him and he catches them. He's standing out in the water, he catches it and he just turns it around and then he starts throwing it back. I love that image, because that's exactly sometimes what it is. You just catch that stuff and you just go, oh no, here you go. you get that right back.
It's reprogramming. It's like magic energy. See it as a program and reprogram, right? Like what is that saying? If life gives you a lemon, make lemonade. Throw that with lemon back, Yes. I mean, if you feel anger around you, a person very angry or sad, I mean, visualize it in colors and then transform that into light and have your aura actually absorb it, but transform it into light and then just feel the warmth. But awesome. Like I said, I would recommend that really start practicing with a bubble.
Yes.
First, I mean, it's practice, right?
Yeah. Yep. It is practice. It takes work. I mean, it isn't a simple process. I mean, I don't think so. You got to give it its due. And I know, Brian, we were talking about this the other day about the opening and just letting it pass through. Have you tried working with that at all?
No, not really, to be honest with you.
I was just curious to know if it had any success.
Myself.
What?
I've just been trying to protect myself, period.
Yes, and you're getting there, but it's a process, because we're all connected. Like I said, when we have a relationship with someone, any form of relationship, they're a friend, anything, we have, we automatically will let people in, because we're sympathizing, or we want to help people, and that's how they get in. And and you're right, Anja, you're saying about the transforming. The other thing you can do is take the energy and just send it right into the earth and let the earth transform it. That's another thing that you can do.
Now, I've been working with that. Like I said, letting the energy flow up and through, up, and down, and then letting it dissolve into the earth.
That's perfect. I mean, that's, whatever works for you. That's awesome. Yeah.
It's just like you really have to be careful if you put too much of your energy, right? If you constantly put light into the bubble around you, constantly, imagine yourself as a battery. And at one point, the battery will be empty. And then you need to recharge. And this is the time where, like, everything you try to block, it's like, right? And that's when we get sick, tired.
That makes an interesting point, Anja, I think, because like I have the candle that I have lit is a white candle. We always think about, we surround ourselves with the white light, right? But the stones are black. And so, I say don't be afraid to work with a darker light if you need to.
Nope, not at all.
It's all about balance anyway, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly, Brian.
I mean, me not anyways, right? But
right. And so sometimes, like Brian, you were talking about, so and we've noticed this already in the past at one point in time, where like everyone all of a sudden is having weird things go on, or crappy, or feel down, you're suicidal, and you're not a suicidal person. And it's an attack from somewhere else. And Anja, I'm going to let you talk about this, because this is more your specialty in mine.
How do I break that down?
I don't know how you break that down. So, was that an awkward transition? I don't know.
Well, oh God, how do I say that without sounding totally?
Well, let me just say one thing first. I mean, it can go on in more these psychic attacks, basically, is what we're talking about. And they can come, from different sources, right? It can be just someone that attacking you for some reason or another, which, just is
Playing
beyond,
around with it.
or other elements. So you can go from there. How about that?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
So, if you really have like a psychic attack or even magical attack, right? It's kind of important to know the source, though. I say that right here out in the open. It's like, so then you really need to go a little deeper, do a little more than just putting up the bubble. That will not help.
Anja,
Really.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Somebody asked a question and I want to go ahead so I don't forget it. Is Anja, do you feel a sense of pressure when you're under attack?
A sense of pressure. Well, in my case, it was like really deep suicidal thoughts, right? So it depends on what happens, what's being done, how the attack is turned to you. So it could be anything. Depressions, it could be sickness, it could be that you're constantly into an accident, stuff like that, right? It can really go deep. So am I stuck on my picture? I don't see anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyways,
we can hear you.
Okay. So that is like deeper, and that just gets me angry because people shouldn't be doing that, like using that power to attack people in the first place. But what you can do then, of course, if you know the source, you can send it back, which I prefer. I mean, let me just put it straight away. If you know you're being attacked, you can feel it, just ask for help. That's actually as far as I want to go. But what you could do also is burning incense, stronger incense and sage. So what would be good for that?
While you're gathering your thoughts, I want to put in a comment on sending the energy back to the attacker.
It's because
hold on, let me finish. You have to, I say you want to be careful when you consider the source, what you're sending back and how you're sending it back. Sometimes when you're sending the energy back to them, they can take it and they're stronger. They can do the same thing that you do. So, when you're considering what you're doing and what the energy is behind what you're doing, is it anger? Is it like a revenge? Sometimes it's best to just send it to the earth or transmute it like you were talking about earlier. But I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm talking about the deeper things now, right? Like about magic attacks, that there is no way really you can, that's what I mean. Better, if you're aware of that, better ask for help. Right. Don't just say nilly-willy, oh, I'm sending it back. It's the same with mirror work. Yeah, I do that too, but I would use little mirrors. Like that's what you just said. If you have a big mirror and you send it back, not knowing what you're sending back, that person can actually really get screwed up. So yeah, it's true. Yeah, Summer, let's send love back. Yeah, with some of those people, it doesn't quite work. I'm talking like real attacks now, right? Yeah, like I don't do anything bad. Like I'm not evil, so I'm not doing anything. Oh, you harmed me and I'm sending something to you. I just send it back. If I sourced who it is, what it is, I send it back. If not, yeah, I give it to, with Odin, right? I overgive it to Odin, to my spirit guides.
Could you just make the energies dissolve or evaporate?
I don't know what they do with it, to be honest.
I'm saying, could you?
Yeah, you can transform certain energies coming as well and transform them. But depending on what it is, you can, and you have no choice other than sending it back. Or you cut it off. Like imagine a flow, you just cut it off, right? make sure that part has no access to you, and then you transform whatever is left here, you can transform it. I don't have no better way to describe it.
No, and it makes sense. And it's important to remember at this point in time that it's all about your own, again, it's about your own will and your own intention. And also at this point, it's like when you think about cords that are attached to you, you know, everybody knows about attaching of energy cords, and they can be really draining. So when you get cords attached, which are different than what you're talking about, I know that I forgot to mention them earlier. You know, with cords, you cut them, and not only do you cut them, but you want to anchor them somewhere. You can anchor them into the earth, envision them wrapping around a pole, tie them in a knot, those kinds of things, so that they don't come back, because it gets frustrating, because sometimes they do, but you know, those are things that you can go through to anchor cords, which we did not talk about earlier. Sorry.
Do you think it's important to dissolve the roots? So just in case when you're pulling them out?
I think that's great. You know, sometimes when I pull cords or, you know, or remove energy, I just envision it just what you're saying, dissolving, and it just dissolves into dust and floats away. And then, you know, I think that's a good point, Brian, really getting into the real root and dissolving.
Yeah, I mean, I had found root, like when I cut cords, of course, if I do that in my healings for others, of course, I always try to source where it's coming from, right? I'm not just nilly-willy cutting around there and pulling. Like I try to source. And yeah, sometimes it can even be something of yourself. It could be an old habit, right?
Yeah.
It could be an old memory you're not letting go. So it's not all about other people always, right?
That's true.
It can be anything. It could be an addiction even, right? I saw that too on healings, where people actually holding the cord themselves or latching it to themselves because they don't want to let go.
Yeah.
So there are all kind of cords, and of course we have cords with, like I have a cord with my daughter. I would not never ever cut that cord, right? So you have to be careful what you cut. It's energy, and it's really to be taken seriously. It's not just like, oh look, I don't like that today. I mean, always be aware that what you do has an effect on the other person as well.
Yeah, you're right. And I had a thought about something, and then now the thought has come in and the thought has gone. Oh, I know what it was you mentioned earlier, which is that sometimes you can do the stuff yourself, and sometimes you can't. Sometimes you need help from other people, and there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with if you have to redo and people get reattached. That's part of the process, but it's important to reach out for help to other people. You know, if you feel like something's attacking you, or you're feeling like there's something that you can't get rid of, just reach out to someone and ask them for help. That's what we're all here for, right?
Yeah, that's what we do. That's why we all have our own gift, right? That we can do, that we can work with.
Yeah.
And I think it's very important. Even I ask for help. I mean, I do healings, but I still ask for help for myself.
Right, me too.
God knows I asked for help. Sure, I'd be in trouble.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. So people really should let go of the ego trip, including me. I can do that myself, right? Like, but I can. Like, sometimes I get so drained, I don't see it anymore. It's like that day when I got attacked, I was like,
Then you start looking like this right here with bags under your eyes.
Brian, you're getting some sleep juju tonight from the witches.
Yeah. Getting juju.
Sleep juju.
I'll take all the sleep juju I can get.
Okay. Everybody send Brian. Oh, wait. We better not say that.
No,
Sorry.
Nobody will be knocked out here in a second. And also important, what I find important, I know a lot of people are meditating lately. And I would also say, don't freak out, because the work that we do all right now, the purging and releasing and chakra opening and more purging and more releasing and another chakra open and so on. Like, it's really, really draining. So don't panic that you're being drained or have a cord attached. Like really, when you think something is off, really look inside yourself and sort it out first with yourself. If you just had a shitty day, if you didn't drink enough, right? If you don't drink enough, that can make you tired and drained too. Yeah. So really check those points first, because you freak the hell out. Like, oh my God, I'm being attacked or drained. And the truth is, like, you didn't drink enough water, or it's just the own inner work that you do that drains you too, right? So
that's a really Anja. We had to be really careful not to get strung up in the drama around, oh, someone's attacking me. You really got to be careful to get to the source, because you can become just too attached to that idea that you're always being attacked. I've seen this with people. I think they're always being attacked. That's what I'm saying.
That's like really, really be careful and don't freak out if you're tired one day or you think you're getting a cold. Oh shit, who is that now, right? And no, it's like really, my picture is stuck. That looks weird, whatever.
I mean, how often have we seen it with people that are constantly saying that they're attacked, and yet they're the source of they're their whole own source of their own problems, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Mm-hmm. And also, before you meditate, before you start meditating, protect yourself before you meditate, because you open up, right? And so really go protect yourself. Light the candles that work for you, preferably white. And also you can burn your incense. Of course, sage or sweetgrass is always good to cleanse. But if you want to really, really protect, you can use like pine tree resin. That protects you from, if you 1,000% sure someone is trying to influence you with spiritual attacks, that will really protect you. Or copal is very good for protection too. So I always recommend some resins for incense. It's really nice. There's so many kinds, and I'm just mentioning the ones now that are protective. So, and also amber, that is really for healing and purification. So that's a nice one if you want to clean your aura, right? So burn some amber. What else did I think was important?
It's important, even when you're burning the incense, to remember to put your intention into it as well.
Always put your incense in it. I mean, your intention in it. And also in our times, I can recommend mugwort, which is growing actually right now, because this helps to release old and make room for new. And we're all in this progress right now, right?
Right. That reminds me of a point on when you're meditating. Another good piece to add is the protection and the cleansing into the meditation, the releasing of all energy that isn't yours, releasing of impurities and complexities are the words that I use, because what happens when you're doing that and you envision it, is there more will and intention here, you envision it leaving your body in like black smoke or smoke, whatever color the smoke is. And that serves to release old things that are just sitting there ready to be released. And instead of having to go through some sort of physical something to have that happen, you just release it and it's gone. It goes, and that works with meditation. And then you fill yourself with light and fill the space. And then you move into your meditation, and then you're protected, you're clean, and you're ready.
Yeah,
that's part of my regimen every time I meditate.
That's awesome.
Basically the first thing I do.
Yeah, and also if you burn incense to release something, always put your intentions, as you said, into the smoke, right? Like really what you want to release, or in general what you want to do with this burning of incense. Like if you're practically sending it to the universe. That's what
you are sending it to the universe.
So really be aware what you send doing that. So be really concentrated, really visualize, be really one with what you do right now. Take your time. Always take your time for stuff. Take your time preparing your instant mix. you know, while you're grinding it or however you do it, really put your intentions in it, what you want to do with it. And while you're burning it, always put your intentions in it. It's very, very important.
Okay, I gotta read this comment really quick from Milky's mom. Brian, quick, can you see it, Brian?
Oh, I see it.
Okay, then I won't read it out loud. I love that. Hi, Mom. That's beautiful. You tell me to quit thinking and go to sleep.
That's my problem.
That's cute. I love it. Okay, so I don't really have anything. Does anybody have any questions, first of all? And then I don't really have anything else that I feel like I want to cover. Do you, Anja, or do you, Brian?
Nope.
I have just one thing to say regarding energy and all. Be careful with the choice of your words that you use daily. Really, really careful. Like, I mean, words are spells, right? That's where spelling comes from. It's a fact. So be really careful what you say. I'm not saying everybody is out to bitch about others. Even we do, though have that. But even with good intentions, you can do that, right? It's little words. Have a wonderful day. So could keep the person wonder all day what the hell is going on, right? Like, I mean, that's just a little example. I don't say wish anybody a wonderful day. It's really just an example, but be careful with the choice of your words.
No, you're right. That is right.
And you know, sometimes people may not even set those intentions out intentionally.
Right,
No,
exactly.
that's what I mean. They don't.
It's like Jana says, be careful what you wish for. You know, if you're in some situation when you're in traffic or, you know, something out and you just some thought or some, you know, I wish this or that, and bam, you know, you do have to be careful what you wish for. You got to control your thoughts and your words for sure. How do you find out who you are picking up on? Well, that's a good question, Deborah. I mean, sometimes you can feel into it and you will know, and sometimes you have to reach out. And you can ask someone else for confirmation, you know, and when you do reach out to someone else, don't say, oh, I think this person is attacking me. Just say, I think I'm, you know, this is going on, or I'm picking up, I've got a cord to this, to someone. Can you tell me what you pick up? But you know, usually I think most of the people that are in here could probably feel into it themselves and will get a sense, and then you might just want to confirm. But Anja, do you have any thoughts on that, or Brian?
How to trace it?
How do you know? The question was, how do you know who you're picking up on? How do you find out? How do you figure out who it is?
Really,
that just kind of comes in your head who you think it is. Yeah.
I mean, if you don't know who you're picking up on, ask for help.
Yeah.
And
sometimes it does just come into your head, just like Brian said. You're like, oh, I know. And sometimes you can tell by just, if you know the person, just the feel of their energy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it might be even a smell.
Yeah. So that's a good question.
Smell like bullshit.
What?
She said the smell. I said, well, it smells like bullshit.
This is a PG channel.
That's PG. I mean, let's stay on
That is,
PG.
you're right. That's PG.
Smells like bullshit.
I know who that is. It's bullshit. All right. Well, that's all we have as far as that goes. And I don't know if if you guys want to take a little bit of time to pull some cards. Brian, do you have your cards?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Do you guys want to pull a few cards? Does anybody want a card today? You got to give it 10 seconds to wait to see if anybody wants a card.
And also, always remember, if you do something intentionally and it's negative, it will bite you in the bum.
That's a good point too.
So don't even, go there.
I'm gonna have to make a list here. I don't know how much time we're gonna have. We'll get to as many as we can. We got Judith, Claudette, Jana, Lois, Alex, James. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so far. So And Paula, you got one yesterday. Just kidding. Okay. I'm going to shuffle up my cards. So if somebody will start with Judith. Judith gets the first card.
In the Flow just popped out. I just wanted to show that. That could be.
Oh my God, you got to be kidding me. That's hilarious. That card comes up a lot.
So who are we doing card for now?
This is for Judith. Her first card is In the Flow.
No, I think that's just collective.
No,
I'll pull another
that's
one.
a good point. Very good. Yeah, I love that. Let's see. Had Shannon. I was just kidding about pulling the card yesterday. You're more than welcome to have another card. I was just playing. And I got to shuffle again. Okay, I'm going to focus on shuffling. So wait before you put any more names in there.
You want me to go first?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. I got Wondrous Universe. Walk in Beauty. Says, you live in a beautiful and wondrous universe. You are a beautiful being. Take time to see and cherish the wonders of life wherever you go. It transforms your life. There is remarkable beauty within you. Simply acknowledging it allows it to surface even more. The time you take to create beauty in your home will manifest in your life. In Native traditions, walking in beauty means to honor all the natural cycles of life and to experience a sacred communion with the Creator in all things, including oneself. And I think that's perfect for you.
It is perfect. And I'm going to go next because my card is totally spot on with that card. The card that I got for you is Ordinariness. This is such a fabulous card. It's the rainbow, the suit of rainbows and the SuZenn tarot, and it's spot on with what Brian just said, because it's about appreciating the beauty, the ordinary beauty, especially the ordinary beauty in yourself. That's what's really coming in for me. It's just like, you know, the perfection that you are, and just the walking through life, appreciating the simple and the ordinary things. It feels like you need to maybe be a little more grounded and a little more centered. And so keep it simple is what the message is. Anja, what have you got?
I Am Love.
Yeah, I got two decks. I just felt like it. So I got the Four of Swords, which is cool. That means you're just relaxing right now, right? You're letting go of everything that doesn't suit you anymore. Like you're putting down your weapons, right? You're done with what happened to you. And that's just what I sense too. And then I have the Ancient Wisdom card. So with what you're doing right now, the resting, taking a break, letting go old stuff. This brings you to your divine inner self. It will bring you the wisdom you're looking for. That means for every answer that you are looking for, you have it all inside you. It's the awakening to the ancient wisdom. You have the guidance and support, and you have the deeper connection to your heart. And then this is the divine connection to yourself, to the planet, to the universe.
That's awesome. Okay, the next one is Claudette. I have my card. It's kind of a difficult card, so I'm going to go first so you guys can prop it up after, because the card that came up for you, Claudette, is the Sorrow card. But this is not necessarily a negative thing, but what's coming up with this actually is in line with what the Schuster reading was this morning, which is you're going through this process of grief, of letting go of old things, and the sorrow or the sadness that is in you right at the moment is more about the past and maybe holding on to aspects of the past than anything that's sorrow right now. So it's a relatively sort of simple process of just being with that, and it's okay to be in that space, and then just let it flow, out.
You done?
Yes.
Okay. I got answering the call. The time is now.
Interesting. Right in line to me.
Says you've been called. The sacred journey always starts with the call. You might feel ready or you might be uncertain and not willing. But when you receive the call, you must respond. If you've been waiting for your life to turn out, the waiting is over. Your true and authentic life is happening. If you've been hoping for a sign, this is it. Now you've been called, and a gateway is opening for communications from the spirit realms. The energy of courage surrounds you. You may not know what the future brings, but you do know that the now is time to act.
Awesome.
Now is the time.
That's pretty interesting because I got the protection and I got the heart healing. So yeah, that's pretty cool actually. Yeah, the protection means not that you're being attacked, of course. Here we go, just for an example. So maybe you have to look a little deeper inside of you what brought you to this pain, right? Maybe you need to put up more boundaries. Maybe you have to release something. I mean, you have to release for sure for the heart healing, right? You need to release the sadness. You have to transform it, whatever it's bothering you, maybe old wounds. And once you have that released, you for sure need to put up some boundaries. That's what I feel.
Boundaries are so important.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I'm not talking of putting a wall around your heart. I'm talking about boundaries, you know, learning to say no, whatever that is in your life that you trouble with. Like I have problems to say no. So just that's why it was an example.
I can see really how all the three of those cards flow together. You know, from the one space you move into the other. Okay, the next one on the list is Jana. I'll let one of you two go first this time.
Okay. Jana?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lisby wants to know which cards you're using. She's using 2 decks.
Yeah, I got 3 decks. I just use whatever comes to my mind.
Which 2 decks are you using right now?
Right now I have the crystal deck, then I have my dragon deck, and then I have the Oracle of Triad.
Okay.
So, but I haven't used that yet.
Brian has the what is it? The Travelers. What is the name of your deck, Brian?
It's Sacred Traveler.
Sacred Traveler.
Cards, yeah.
Love that. Okay, Jana's. Brian, you want to go first?
I got choosing your path. All is possible.
Cool.
Says new vistas are ahead, and you have the powers to choose. And within this is your freedom. Do not allow the restrictions and limitations placed on you by the expectations of others deter your path. Be daring. Cast aside conventions and restrictions. Dance, laugh, explore. Go beyond your predictable behaviors. Say yes to life. You support others in stepping into their freedom.
Awesome. You're not ready yet, Anja? I can do mine. The card that I got for you, you're going to love, is patience. Notice that the woman in the picture there is pregnant. So you're in sort of this sort of birthing process, and you know you've got a lot going on mentally. There's a lot you want to accomplish, a lot that you want to do, and everything is moving in its own space and its time. So be patient with it, and be patient with yourself, because you're processing exactly as you need to be, and you're exactly where you're supposed to be right now. So you are in the flow. So be patient, my friend.
Yeah, like it's I got this one. It's the 4 of Wands. This is all you wish for, right? There's this is the outcome. This is what you're going for: fulfillment, happiness, coming home. And I'm not saying that as like $1 million lottery win. You just, you know, you want to be there, and it seems so high for you because like it's on a hill. You have to work for, of course, right, in order to get there. But you will get there. So I got 3 actually. I got the peace, the grounding, and I got spiritual awakening.
Awesome.
So, what? How slow Anja is. I read that. So, I think you need to come a little to inner peace for you here, you know, like chill. Do a little more grounding, but really be a little more relaxed about it. It's all good. You have it all here. You got the peace. You got, you know, the spiritual awakening. It's all there. Just have a little more peace here, like peace with you. Ground more. Yeah, you patient, I would say.
Those are awesome.
But you're on your path here for the spiritual awakening, and this is your goal, and you're going to reach it. This is the outcome. So it's all there.
All right, the next one is Lois, Warrior Princess.
No, I'm really going to take my time. So
yeah. You really got to take your time. I didn't want to interrupt you while you were reading. So got to keep the pace up. We got a bunch of these we got to pull.
I know.
I don't even have to read the one I got because we just had it. Imagine that. Answering the call. The time is now.
Oh, that is so cool because I got sharing, and I feel like for Lois, this is like right in line with what she does. You know, that is her calling. It's the sharing of self and the her calling. She does so much for other people that I'm going to hold this card back up because I think it's so pretty.
It is very pretty.
I mean, to me, that just reminds me of her. That's a warrior princess right there, isn't it?
Most definitely.
This is
Totally.
really in the flow.
Nice.
So it's really a confirmation for you that you're really in the flow of doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep developing whatever it is that you've been working on developing because you're on the path. You're answering the call.
She's most definitely answering the call.
She is. Okay, ready, set, go. Anja.
Okay, go. Forgiveness done. No,
I'm
just kidding.
I'm kidding.
No, I got the forgiveness. So, yeah, you're still struggling with some stuff, I would say, but you really need to let it go. And this forgiveness is not to forgive other people. This is your forgiveness for yourself. So you need to start doing that. And I'm keeping
That's it? No more cards?
No, I'm keeping it at this in public.
Okay. All right. All right. The next person on the list is Alex. Alex. Oh yeah, Alex is still here. I don't know if Lois is even still here. Hopefully she is. You want to go ahead and go first, Brian? I got to shuffle.
Yeah, I can. Give me 1 second. All right.
Yeah, I've got you down, Michael.
I got voyage of the heart. Love flows through you and to you.
Oh, wow. I love that for Alex.
All right. It says, you are beloved. You are deeply loved and profoundly lovable. You are a sacred vessel for love to flow through you. The Creator is love, and in your essence, so are you. In matters of romantic love, all is healing or is already healed. On the inner planes, trust the messages from your heart and follow them. even if they are at odds with your mind. Angels and guides are communicating with you. Listen to their soft whispers.
Love it. Interesting. Okay. Anja, you want to go?
Sure.
Go.
Guess what? I pulled the cards already. I'm ready. So I got the heart healing, Alex. Mein Schatz. Ich liebe dich. You know what that is about, right? And then we have the joy. So that heart healing here, as we talked about before, will give you the complete joy, opening for everything, for opening up for joy, for happy life. But releasing. Did I rub that in enough now?
I had to pull two for him too, because I got one of the more challenging cards. I got the postponement card, and this is telling me that you're into your mind about something that you're wanting to manifest in your life. You're into your mind and into you're doing the mental thing with it, and so it's delaying what it is that you're wanting to bring in. And so I pulled a frequency tarot card for you, and this says self-awareness. So this is telling me that the message to you is that to, pay a little more attention to the self and try to step out of outer dramas and see what internally what needs to happen, which kind of falls in line with Anja's heart healing cards. So those are the two cards that I got.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Alex.
We have James is next. James, are you still here? I haven't seen you comment in a while. So.
We still ready for it?
This is for James.
Okay.
We'll just go ahead with it. I have my card. I'll go ahead and go first. I love this card. This is a fun, easy card. This is the creativity, and I love this for you. This card tells me that. Oh yes, James is still here. That you're at a point in your life of where you right now, especially you've let go of a lot of old crap, and you're creating a new space and a new life for yourself. So really focus on these things around you that are there's some. I see some things that are like hands. So I see hands that might be holding you back, and it's like self-limiting and self-limiting beliefs. And you can step into your creativity, and I don't know what it feels like. You have a real creative flair, a more artistic side that you may or may not use or express. And this would be a good time for you to work with that a little bit, just to let those self-limiting beliefs release. I'm done there. Whoever wants to go next.
I got. You want to go?
Go ahead, Brian.
I got rejuvenating rain. Clear the past, heal the present.
Bingo.
Says physical and emotional healing is occurring. There is a cleansing and clearing of old emotional wounds, and even a release of past life limitations is happening. All is forgiven. Absolve yourself. Forgive others for their transgressions against you. It's time to let it all go.
Brian, you and I are like right in sync. Imagine that.
Right.
All right then.
We got to end with Anja every time.
I got the inner child.
Awesome.
And I got the balance.
And we are right in sync with Anja. I love the way this works. Go ahead, Anja, sorry.
Right. So this inner child needs your attention. There some issue is not solved, past related. So that is stopping you from getting the balance you need that you will have. But first, you need to talk to the little guy here.
See, that tells you alone that this has credence to it, because all these cards are lining up.
They are. Every single one has lined up. Just bing, bing, bing. Okay, the next one is Paula, Rainbow Phoenix. Haven't seen her comment in a while, so hopefully she's still here too. Anja, why don't you go first?
Okay. No pressure on me.
Sorry. Sorry. Brian, we can have Brian go first if you want. All right,
I can go first. It don't matter.
Go ahead, Brian.
Okay, I got miracles. Expect the wondrous to emerge.
Cool.
And it says, just around the bend, a miracle is waiting to happen. Release fear and uncertainty, and majestic wonders wait to unfold for you. Watch for them and embrace them. Some come in an unlikely form. Trust that all is unfolding for your highest good. Expect miracles in your life.
Awesome.
That's never a bad thing.
No. Anja?
I got the Lovers.
Oh.
And I got the Courage. So maybe there is some situation, well, I wouldn't go lovers. I think this is about more self-love. Yeah, this is about more self-love from what I feel. You're still doubting here and there yourself, but for you, what you're doing right now especially takes a lot of courage for you, right? So just be that tiger here, the tiger eye, right? Just be the tiger, go out there and do what you want to do. And that will, you want to spread the love.
She's got the eye of the tiger. There's no doubt about that.
So yeah, do like have the courage and have the courage to love yourself as well.
Okay, I'm glad I'm going last because I got a totally awesome. I got the MasterCard. I feel like with these cards, it really pulls it together because you're in this process already. I think you know these things like Anja has been saying, and this matches with Brian's card. I love this card with the all the colors, and you know you're moving into a point of self-mastery. So this is really awesome, and the process to self-mastery is exactly what Anja just went through, which is the self-love and then the courage to bring that up and out and just let yourself shine. So that's really beautiful. That's what the master does. Okay, the next person, Shannon. Shannon, I think Shannon's still here, hopefully. Yep, there she is.
There she is.
I've got my card. I'm going to go ahead and go with it because I love this card too. Shannon, the guidance card has come up for you. And what I'm picking up with this card is, and hopefully this is an aspect or an element that resonates with you, but there are a lot of beings, so to speak, your guardian angel, your guides, if you like that word. It's not really my favorite word, but there's a lot of other energy around you that's very positive and that's they're supporting you because what you're working on right now, you're working on big aspects of yourself and big aspects of your life and looking to make big changes, and they just want you to know that they are there for you. I'm going to hold this back up because look at if you can see it, the angel. I just love this, and they're very powerful and they're very loving. So I think that's awesome.
I want to go a second because mine, of course, falls right in line.
Of course.
Ascending the mountain, keep going forward.
Awesome.
Says the journey might be hard right now, but great view awaits you. You most certainly can achieve your goals. However, you must continue forward through hard work and diligence. Do not give up. Even if it seems hard, keep going forward. Even if it sometimes seems that you're going up 3 steps and falling back 2, you're still getting closer to your goal. Sometimes you may need to take smaller steps, but do not stop. Every step takes you closer to the peak of the mountain.
Cool.
So I got
back us up, Anja?
What?
You're gonna back us up?
Right.
I back you up.
Okay.
I got the learning.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the healer.
Awesome.
So this is like that Numite. I don't know how you pronounce that name.
Oh my.
So this reminds you to, well, that stone supports you like into your, because it's dark, right? Look at it, it's black. So it actually guides you to your shadow side of you, right? That you need to become a healer, and that healer you have to, or you are in the process of becoming for yourself. So don't be afraid to dive into your shadow right now. Don't be scared, because you're gonna learn from it, right? It's like we always learn. Like if we went through something in our life that we finished, like chapter closed, we look back and then we think, oh shit, right? Why did I do that? Why did I meet this person? Why did I talk to them? Why did I do that? So, and then we know, we grow, we learn from it when we grow from it. So you have the inner healer inside of you that you can use right now. So don't be scared, and don't be scared in dark times. Your inner healer is there.
And her outer healers are there.
Maybe it's a good thing you're going 3 steps up and 2 steps back. You're making sure you get it right.
She's got her inner healers and all her support out around her. It's awesome. Those are some awesome cards. All right, next is Liz B. Liz B.
Liz B.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Hayden. Liz B.
Liz B. Gonna make you go first this time, Anja.
No, I'm not. That wasn't my card. Liz B.
Anja, you there?
Oh, it's me first. Yeah, I'm here. I just wanted another one. Jesus.
I'll go.
Okay.
First light, beginning a new cycle.
Cool.
A new day has begun in your life. You are the beginning of a new cycle. It's time to release the old and start again. Wipe the slate clean. Although it's often difficult to release familiar routine situations or relationships that no longer empower you, it's now time to set your sights on the future and let go of the past.
That's awesome.
Okay. I got the 7 of Swords, the 10 of Wands, and the Compassion. So from what I feel is like you feel like someone took something away from you, like, you know, that was yours. Is it thought? Is it feeling? I don't know, of course. And now you're having a really hard time to let that go. To you feel like you're just constantly struggling with it. But actually, it makes you struggle. It makes you not go forward. You really have to release that. You know, and compassion, like it's compassion for whatever happened. It's compassion for yourself. You really need to release whatever happened there. Of course, that I don't know. But it feels like really like you feel like totally betrayed. So, yeah, you need to release and have a little more compassion.
Okay. Which, Brian, didn't you say something about releasing the past?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that part of what the card I got for you is another super awesome card. Take that card in. Look how beautiful that is. This is the intensity card. This is from the fires suit in the SuZenn. And what I'm feeling around this card for you is just the ability, you have the ability right now to really burn away the past. So things that have been clinging to you right now, engage in the fire energy. I don't know if you are a fire sign yourself, but we are in the fire sign of Leo right now. So it's all about using the fire energy and using your inner intensity and even using your anger I am picking up on this thread of anger that you have. It's a healthy thread. It's a good thread, and it's a thread that you can use to burn away these old things from the past that came in for me also. So this is a great card. I hope you can see it really clearly, and you can sort of let that burn into your brain. And when you're thinking about some of these things or working on something, pull in that fire, that intensity that you have. It's awesome. Okay. That was Liz B, right?
Liz B, yeah.
Okay, so Michael Warner is next. Are you still here, Michael? I'll pull cards for you anyway.
Okay, Michael.
You want me to go or who? Anyone?
I'll go. I have for Michael kind of a really cool card. It's the World card. It says we are the world, but it's the World card. And what I'm picking up on for you, Michael, is there's a completion and a new beginning for you. Having the World card come in is an indication of accomplishment and of moving forward and a connection with what's, the people that are around you. And if you look at the card, you can't really see it very well. These are all little people that are holding hands. So you're connected with your group, and you've let go of a lot of old stuff already, and you're really in the flow. So really, this is a good time to really set intentions and focus on the things that you want to bring in, and be careful, like we were talking about earlier, with what your intentions are, where your thoughts go, because you're in a very strong creative space right now for manifesting.
You want me to go? Okay.
Anyone?
I got cleansing waters. Purification activates vibrant life force.
Cool.
To achieve fulfillment, purify yourself and your surroundings. Space clear your environment. Clear out clutter. In order to release old beliefs, stagnant energies, and auric grunge that you may have picked up, it's necessary to cleanse and purify yourself and your home. Let go of the discarded and unused. Eat lightly. Drink fresh water. Simplify your life. When you purify yourself, you become a clear channel for light and thus know what direction is best for your life.
Yeah, Anja, that's so funny.
New beginnings.
Oh. Wow. Yep.
So, and it's just so funny, because when Brian read that, what it says here in the card is, as the old drops away, you may be feeling a range of different emotions such as fear, joy, excitement, anticipation, and even a little sadness as you enter into the renewed time of transformation. So, and it also says to dust off the past. It's time to dust off the past. That's why I had to laugh, because
it's the cleansing waters.
Yeah, the cleansing waters. Exactly. That's awesome. Really awesome. Wow, those are some awesome cards that you got, Michael. I'm kind of jealous. I don't even know if he's still here. He hasn't commented.
Maybe he'll come back and watch it if not.
Maybe. All right. The last one we have on the list is Deborah Tucker.
Last but not least.
Deborah.
Last but not least. I know.
By the way, Deborah's the one that sent me these cards.
That is,
these cards chose me instead of Deborah, I guess.
I know it. Okay. All right. Oh wow, I gotta go first. Deborah, I'm not even gonna go over this card. I'm just gonna hold it up and show it to you. Okay, okay, there we go. Can you see it? It's the celebration card. Celebration. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I have to say for you. There's 3 women celebrating and dancing in the water, and we love this card for you. That's all I have to say.
I got valiant courage. Take action with passion. This isn't the time to be timid or hold back. Gather your inner resources and go forward gallantly with your banner of truth waving in the winds. Throw your shoulders back and move forward fearlessly. Take risk. It's okay to feel afraid. Just don't let it stop you. Don't play safe. Opportunities will pass you by otherwise. Speak up for yourself. Honor your truth. You are a light bearer for others. Through your example, people find and act on their truth with courage and grace.
Anja?
I got the past life.
Wow. Okay, that's fun.
Yeah, that's really fun. So it's a lapis lazuli.
Cool.
So it's there to open your clairvoyance, support past life awareness and healing of any karmic patterns, enhances psychic gifts and awareness, severs karmic ties, and it's also powerful spiritual stone for awakening spiritual wisdom and knowledge. So, and it suggests you, which just hit my eye here in that book. Not, it didn't hit my eye, it caught my attention. Sorry, that wasn't English. This card can also just suggest that you are connecting to and bringing through past life gifts and wisdom. So past life gifts. So, I mean, you got that gift, right? You work with your oils and all that. So, and I think that's a stone from Egypt. So who knows, maybe you connect a bit more and you can expand that knowledge a little more.
Awesome. Oh, there's Diane. Hi, Diane. But that's
Hi,
it.
Diane.
That's all we have on the list. And so that was a lot of fun.
It was.
A lot of fun. And I love the way the cards all really dovetailed. The only one that had the little bits of variance really to me was Deborah there at the end.
Oh, not
Synchronicity.
really.
A little bit, which is nice because my card was specific to me to one thing. Maybe I know her too well, so specific to one thing, the celebration. So that's really awesome. So this has really been a lot of fun. Thanks, you guys.
It was really fun. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Really kind of a long time. Sorry, a lot longer than I was really planning on. But and I hope it was, everybody got something out of it and has a little bit, better understanding if they didn't already before on protection. And you don't have to go out and pay $50 for somebody to teach you how to do protection. It's all about your own will and your own intention, your own thought process, and you can do it. And then if you can't, reach out. There are times to reach out to people like we were talking about and people who can help you. So that's, this is
don't charge $200.
Yeah, they don't charge $200, but you can do it for an energy exchange. When people, when you reach out to someone for help and energy exchange, which can be financial or some other, some other aspect. We all do it all the time, so it's important. Yeah. Brian, have you got anything to add?
Nope. If y'all are free, come see me tonight. I'll be on at 10 o'clock Eastern talking about my Sedona experience. So if you want to hear anything about
that'll be fun. Oh, there's Becky.
Night show. Definitely tomorrow night show.
Becky, email me. Anja, would you like to add anything?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I want to thank everybody for being here and supporting us. And also, Brian and I are going to be on his channel tomorrow night, an awesome show on AI. Should be a lot of fun. So
very interesting.
What, Brian?
And consciousness.
And consciousness. That's right. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here. And hopefully we will do this again sometime soon.
That was fun.
And Brian, you got to end it for us. So whenever you're ready.
Y'all have a good one. Remember,
bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.